Hello, beloved Scorpio. Today, the universe whispered something into my heart, something so powerful, so radiant, that I cannot keep it to myself. It is a message meant only for you, the one who has walked through the deepest corridors of emotion and still held your soul intact, beneath the silence of the stars and within the invisible currents of destiny. I see you standing on the edge of something so monumental, so utterly life-changing, that it might bring tears to your eyes not from sorrow, as you've grown used to, but from a joy so raw and unexpected that your heart won't know how to contain it. There is a door opening in the deepest part of your soul, and from behind it, every forgotten dream, every silent prayer, every time you held back your tears for the sake of survival, they are rising now, one by one. To greet the light, this news that is coming to you is not just an opportunity, not just a lucky moment. It is the culmination of your endurance, your quiet strength, your refusal to break when everything inside you was already in pieces. And now, the reward is coming not in shallow applause, but in a soul-shaking revelation. You will cry, Scorpio, but not from grief. These will be tears of recognition, of being seen, of being held by life itself in a way you never imagined possible. Let your heart soften. What is on its way to you, whether it arrives in a dream, a conversation, or an unexpected encounter, will make you believe again. It will affirm that everything you endured had purpose, that every shadow you passed through was only preparing you for this moment of undeniable grace. Something sacred is reaching for you now, and for the first time in a long time, you won't need to fight for it. It will come freely. You've waited long enough, and now, Scorpio, the universe is ready to make you cry because the miracle you thought would never come is finally here. And as this sacred moment draws near, Scorpio, you will begin to notice subtle shifts in the fabric of your reality, shifts so profound they cannot be dismissed as coincidence. In the realm of your finances, there is a current beginning to move beneath the surface, quietly, steadily, with purpose. Where once there was delay, uncertainty, or scarcity, now there comes flow an unexpected stream of abundance. Not from one predictable place, but from multiple directions you never even considered. Old debts may be repaid to you. Forgotten efforts suddenly bear fruit. And doors you thought were permanently closed begin to creak open with the sound of opportunity echoing through. You might check your account and blink twice, wondering if it's real because what's coming won't feel logical. But it will feel destined. The money you need, the resources you've hoped for, the financial peace you've longed to taste, they are drawing closer now. Not because you forced them to arrive, but because the energetic gates have finally been unlocked by your endurance, your alignment, and your quiet readiness. But the transformation doesn't stop there. Scorpio, it extends boldly into your professional path. The work you do in the world, the place where your gifts meet the needs of others, is about to undergo a seismic shift. For too long, you may have felt invisible in the spaces where you pour your energy, underestimated, overlooked, or bound by routines that neither challenge nor fulfill the vastness of your inner world. That ends now. What rises on your horizon is not just a promotion or a raise, though those may come. It is a moment of breakthrough, so clear that it feels as if your soul is finally exhaling after holding its breath for years. You may receive an offer that changes your direction entirely, or a creative impulse that leads to a successful business you never planned for but always secretly dreamed about. Perhaps someone in power notices you, truly sees your value, and opens a door you didn't even know existed. Or perhaps you decide for yourself that the time has come to lead, to build, to create something that carries your name and your essence into the world. Whatever form it takes, Scorpio, know this. Your career is no longer just a means to survive. It is becoming the sacred ground upon which your destiny unfolds. You are being invited to step into something bigger than a job title or a paycheck. You are being called to rise into the space where passion, purpose, and prosperity merge. And when you answer that call, the ripple effects will touch every corner of your life, bringing not only success, but a profound sense of alignment that no longer asks you to shrink to fit the roles you've outgrown. You are being chosen now, not just to work, but to lead, to inspire, and to claim the seat at the table that was always meant for you. The world is finally ready to receive the brilliance you've kept hidden. And Scorpio, when that moment arrives, it won't just change your life, it will feel like remembering who you were all along. And Scorpio, as the currents of your external life begin to flow in new directions, bringing abundance, recognition, and purpose, you will find that the realm of the heart does not remain untouched. In fact, it is here, in love, where the most tender and breathtaking shift is set to unfold. Because no matter how fiercely independent you are, no matter how often you've wrapped yourself in solitude like armor, there is a part of you that has always longed to be truly seen, not for your strength or resilience alone, but for your softness, your hidden dreams, your silent loyalty, and the depth of emotion that most people can't even begin to fathom. For those of you walking the path alone, love is no longer a distant star, admired but unreachable. It is now becoming a living presence, moving toward you with quiet confidence, as if guided by a map only the universe could have drawn. You won't need to chase it, manipulate it, or shrink yourself to be worthy of it. This love will not be chaotic or confusing. It will arrive like a soft but certain answer to a question your heart has been asking for years. Will anyone ever truly understand me? And this time, the answer will be yes. They will see your shadows and not run. They will witness the intensity behind your eyes and not flinch. Instead, they will lean in. This person will not try to tame you. Scorpio, they will meet you in the wild and love you there, as you are. And if you are already in a relationship, I know that this same current of transformation is flowing into your shared space as well. There will be moments of honest conversation that pierce through old misunderstandings, moments of stillness that feel more intimate than words, and a mutual rediscovery of why your hearts chose each other in the first place. The fire between you will not burn out, it will be reignited. But this time with maturity, clarity, and reverence. The bond you share may evolve into something more grounded yet more passionate, more stable yet more soulful. You will no longer feel the need to prove yourself within the relationship, because love, in its highest form, is never earned, it is remembered. Whether love finds you for the first time or deepens into something more profound where you already stand, this next chapter is not about fleeting romance or temporary comfort. It is about soul connection. It is about meeting someone again or for the first time who feels like home, not because they complete you, but because they mirror the wholeness you fought so hard to reclaim. And when this happens, Scorpio, it won't be loud. It won't be dramatic. It will be quietly extraordinary. It will feel like truth. And in the quiet of that moment, your heart will finally rest in the knowledge that it no longer has to walk alone. And as love begins to bloom or deepen in your life, Scorpio, there is yet another sacred space that will begin to shift on, that holds echoes of your past, patterns from your childhood, and the quiet ache of what was once unsaid, the realm of family. You may not speak of it often, but you feel it deeply. The bonds you share with those closest to your roots, parents, siblings, children, or chosen, can carry the weight of memory, expectation, and wounds that were never quite stitched, closed. But now, something begins to soften. Not suddenly, not with fanfare, but like dawn creeping slowly across a landscape that has long been cloaked in shadow. In this new season, conversations that once felt impossible begin to unfold with surprising ease. The silence that used to scream between you and someone you love now dissolves into a space where understanding can finally be born. Perhaps an apology longed for but never spoken comes gently, or perhaps you find the strength to offer it yourself, not to erase the past, but to begin again from a place of mutual recognition. There is a healing that is not loud or dramatic, but steady, like a thread weaving its way through frayed connections, sewing something whole out of what once felt broken. For some of you, this may look like an unexpected moment of closeness with a parent whose love you've always questioned. For others, it could be the end of a years-long rift with a sibling or the realization that your role in the family is shifting from wounded observer to conscious healer. You may find yourself becoming the anchor, not because you are obligated, but because you are ready. The old stories, the ones that told you who you had to be in order to be accepted, are fading. In their place grows a new story, one where your presence brings harmony, your voice brings truth, and your love is no longer hidden behind defenses. Even the home itself, the physical and emotional space you call family, will begin to feel different, warmer, safer. There may be more laughter around the table, more gentleness in your interactions, or simply more presence being truly with each other without the tension that once lingered beneath the surface. And for those who are raising children or nurturing a home of your own, this shift becomes a gift passed on. You are not just healing for yourself. Scorpio, you are healing forward. You are ending patterns that might have otherwise repeated and laying the groundwork for a legacy built not on pain, but on presence, patience, and profound love. This is the kind of healing that doesn't always come with celebration, but it brings a peace you can feel in your bones. It is the quiet kind of miracle, the one that tells you it is safe now to trust, to forgive, and to be held by the very roots you once thought would never understand you. And in this reconciliation, Scorpio, you begin to feel something that perhaps you haven't felt in a long time: belonging. Not as a compromise, but as a return. And as the emotional landscape of love and family transforms into a sanctuary of peace and deeper connection, your physical body, so often neglected as you've tended to everyone else, begins to awaken with a vitality you may not have felt in years. Scorpio, your health is not separate from your soul's journey. It is the sacred vessel through which your spirit moves. And now, the energy that has long been locked away in survival mode is returning to you as strength, clarity, and quiet renewal. You may notice that the chronic fatigue you once accepted as normal begins to lift like a fog that slowly dissipates at sunrise. Old ailments, lingering discomforts, and symptoms you've carried without complaint may start to soften, to retreat, as if your body is finally catching up to the healing your heart has initiated. This is not just about the absence of illness, it is about a deeper sense of aliveness, a return to embodiment, a feeling of lightness in your limbs and radiance in your skin that others will notice before you even say a word. Perhaps you'll be drawn to nourishing food without trying, to movement that feels joyful rather than obligatory, or to rest that no longer feels like a luxury but a natural part of your rhythm. Your sleep deepens, your energy sustains you throughout the day, and most importantly, you begin to feel at home in your body again, not as something to fix, but as something to honor, cherish, and thank for carrying you through all that it has endured. This is the quiet miracle of healing gone that arises not from control, but from release. And while your body reclaims its vitality, the walls that surround you, the space you call home, also begin to reflect this renewal. Whether you live alone or with others, whether your space is small or expansive, a shift is coming. For some, it may be a long-awaited opportunity to purchase your own home, a place that feels not just like property, but like sanctuary, a place where your soul can exhale fully and say, "This is mine. I belong here." For others, it may come in the form of a renovation, a move, or the sudden alignment of circumstances that allow you to transition into a space that better suits who you are becoming. It's more than bricks and walls. Scorpio, it's about resonance. You are outgrowing the places that once held your pain, and now the universe is offering you the chance to inhabit a space that matches your healing, your evolution, and your newfound peace. Whether it's the scent of new wood, the warmth of sunlight in the right corner, or simply the feeling of walking into a room and knowing your spirit can rest. This is the environment that's beginning to call you. And when you step into it, your home will no longer just shelter your body. It will become the sacred ground upon which your next chapter unfolds, a reflection of your wholeness, your joy, and the life that you are finally ready to live fully. And now, Scorpio, as all the pieces of your life begin to align your heart, your health, your home, and your purpose, there is a surge of cosmic energy gathering around you, a silent force that has been building for months beneath the surface of your reality. And it is ready to lift you into a chapter where synchronicities unfold like constellations, guiding you from one divine opportunity to the next. You will begin to feel it in subtle ways. First, a message that arrives just when you needed it most. A name mentioned twice in one day. A feeling in your chest before a breakthrough comes, and then, suddenly, the flow will become undeniable. This is the moment when life begins to move in your favor with a grace that cannot be explained logically, because it is not born of logic, but of alignment. In the realm of finances, the rhythm of opportunity will no longer be sporadic or strained. Instead, it will become rhythmic, reliable, almost orchestrated, as if money itself recognizes your vibration and chooses to come closer. Offers, clients, payments, gifts, refunds, resources will find you not because you chase them, but because you have become a match to their frequency. And it doesn't stop at the material. Your creative power, long dormant or scattered in too many directions, begins to sharpen like a blade in light. You will find yourself flooded with ideas that feel more like memories than inventions, concepts that have waited lifetimes to be birthed through your voice, your hands, your vision. The urge to create will feel sacred, not performative, and the world will respond to it, not with resistance, but with recognition. Your words, too, will carry new weight. Conversations that once felt surface level will now sink into deeper truth. Your ability to speak not just eloquently, but authentically will attract the right people, the right allies, the right communities that nourish you rather than drain you. You may be called to share your voice in ways you never dared before, to teach, to write, to lead, to inspire, and when you do, the impact will be immediate, not because you shout louder, but because your frequency speaks directly to the soul of others. In your career, the doors will open so quickly that you might feel a moment of disbelief. Opportunities that once took years to manifest may arrive in a week, and you will be asked not to question your worthiness, but to trust your readiness. There is no more waiting for permission. The universe is no longer testing you, it is partnering with you. And as your professional life expands, so will your relationships, not only in love or family, but in every area where connection matters. New people will enter your orbit who mirror your growth, your values, your dreams. Old dynamics that drained you will fade, not from bitterness, but from your soul no longer resonating with what once kept you small. You are now attracting equals, those who meet you where you are and rise with you, is not pull you back. And through it all, Scorpio, your most powerful ally will not be a strategy or a planet, will be your inner voice. Your intuition, once silenced by fear or second guessing, will rise now like a quiet roar inside you. And its wisdom will be undeniable. You'll begin to trust the way your skin tingles when something is right, the way your stomach knots when it's not, the way your heart flutters when the path is true. And this connection to your inner knowing is not accidental, it is your compass, your guide, your sacred inheritance. You are not meant to figure everything out through effort alone anymore. This new chapter requires something deeper, an ability to feel your way forward, to listen before acting, to align before striving. And in that state of harmony, Scorpio, the universe responds not as a distant force, but as a partner. You ask, it answers. You move, It meets you. You trust. And the way is made clear. This, now, is the essence of your power, not control, not resistance, but alignment. Your inner strength, your sensitivity, your spiritual clarity. These are not burdens to manage by the sealers, A's. They are keys to the gates of a life that was always meant for you. And now, those gates are opening. You need only to walk through them with open eyes, steady breath, and the unshakable knowing that your time has come.